Okay, so y'all already know what's up by the title. We're doing another Ancestral Caucasian Connection reading, and today is Thomas Jefferson. So first we're gonna get some anointed oil because yes, but I tell you, this particular one, oh my goodness. We anoint y'all. There you go. Yes. All praises, cause this one right here. Cause let me just to preface you guys. As soon as I started doing these readings, not only have I gotten more information about my own lineage, I have also gotten tons and tons and tons of information about our people in general that has just been brought to me. Like nobody has like when I have the services available for people. Okay, that's one. The thing is, no one's come to me directly to even like, be like, hey, I saw your video. This is that, this is that. No, I mean, I'm being divinely guided to this information. It's just coming straight to me. I'll be scrolling on whatever social media platform I'm on, in particular TikTok lately, and I kid you not, I saw a video of a girl going to a particular, I don't even think it was a museum, it was some sort of insurance office, and she was talking about how the insurance office back in the day, like they insure different things nowadays, but back in the day they were an insurer. They insured the ships that the slaves were on, and they also had life insurance policies on the slaves. Let alone having life insurance policies, they have genealogy booklets keeping up with the slaves that were on the ships and their descendants. There, it was the male slaves, the female slaves, and their children, and I think some grandchildren. And it's there in print. You can get a copy. So when I tell you these readings is doing what they need to do, whether somebody gets my services in particular or not, it's happening regardless. So for anybody who is Caucasian or is of colonizing European descent, and you dislike me doing these readings, you dislike what I'm doing, you have an issue, you have a problem, and you're like, oh well, nobody's gonna get her services. Well, sir, people are. It's happening regardless. It's happening regardless whether you guys want to come to the forefront and be like, here's your information, or you want to, backdoor it and have one of our people do it and present it to us. It's happening regardless. Because guess what? The girl in the video, she was one of you guys. And also, there's been this uproar on spiritual TikTok lately that there's a lot of white people who are very clear about the fact that they do not want to call on their ancestors. They're very, very, very clear on that. They were like, hold up. I like crystals and I like sage and I like this incense stuff and I like meditating. However, whenever I come across these different people who are speaking about this spiritual stuff, they're always saying, contact my ancestors. But I know where my people come from and I don't want to talk to them. And that's the thing. Y'all know what's up. Y'all know what's up. It's been no secret. So the fact that y'all still trying to hoard information and still trying to hoard whatever resources that have been hidden and stolen and are actually readily available to us, you just won't tell us, it's happening regardless. Welcome to the Great Wealth Transfer. Welcome to the New World Order. It's not what you guys thought it would be at all. No, you guys have to keep going to your meetings at the World Economic Forum and keep changing things, and it's not working. Because we keep catching up. Not only are we catching up, we're outsmarting you guys. Every time you try to change something, we fix it before you can even change it all the way, and then you're like, they did it again. Well, here we go. We're going to do it again. Here we go. It's Thomas Jefferson. I had no idea this was going to happen. And I say that because I knew about Queen Elizabeth. I knew about George Washington because they were on the paper dollar and on like Queen Elizabeth. She just passed away, so it's like that one. Those ones made sense. I had no idea we were gonna do Thomas Jefferson. So the thing is, he's the Declaration author. We are still in the month of July. Okay, we all know July 4th is what it is, and this has the date 1776 on it. So this is a silver coin, a silver 1 ounce coin with Thomas Jefferson at this table. Okay, I need you to pay attention to all these guys at this table, making all these agreements and stuffs, okay? That's what they got going on. And over here, this is, what building is this? I'm gonna read what this says. I am reading a quote. I am not declaring what this says. I have sworn upon the altar of God, eternal, hostility against every form of tyranny over the mind of man. Dated 1743 to 1826. And this coin was minted in 2018. Interesting that that's the quote. And this is a monumental building. A monument building. Dangy thing right there. Okay. And so again, I will show you guys this group of people who are sitting here at this table, right? Okay. This is the card that I pulled. Again with this table. Alright. This is the 7 of Swords. I'm picking up some backhanded energy here. Some, I'm going to say this and do that sort of thing. And then right up under that is the 5 of Wands. And that's that chameleon energy, that blending in, that, I'm going to be slick about it, I'm going to be clever sort of energy. So, I'm just saying going with these cards first. What's good, Thomas Jefferson? What's good, Tommy? What we need to know, Tom? We taking both of those? Oh, it's 3 of them. Okay. We got the house, we got the wine, and we got the moon. House, wine, moon. Okay. So they were in a place. They were drinking a lot. They definitely were. And a lot of these meetings were held in the darkness. Okay. So if y'all didn't know, a lot of rituals were actively, like, I'm talking about astrology, witchcraft, putting certain types of spells, intentional ritual work when these documents were signed. Certain documents were signed in the darkness of the midnight hour, specifically during the witching hour. So we have the moon here. And there were like different blood oaths that were taken mixed with wine. And they would either meet at each other's houses or have like meetings at locations that were like very, very secluded. So you see how this is very secluded. There's only like one tree, a bunch of land, and you don't see a main road or any neighbors or anything like that. Mary, 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 Mary. They keep repeating that. Mary, 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 Mary. And there's a bunch of cups right here. There's 3 cups and 4 bottles of wine. 3 chalices and 4 bottles of wine. Mary, 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 Mary. Okay, they said pull one of these. One. Okay, take this one. Alright. So we have the 8 of chalices. I am not surprised. There are a total of 7 containers of liquid here. And this is 8. In Hebrew, that is chet. Making the sound ch or k. Not ch, it's k. Yeah. So the age of chalices is initiation rites, maturity, correct assessment, concreteness, growth, reunification, sacrifice. Who got sacrificed? Who got initiated? Oh yeah, I went out today and I saw a Freemason tag on the back of somebody's car. I was just like, okay. Okay, not this one. All right. We have children. We have the snake. And we have the park. Okay, they gave me the information. I'm just clarifying. The reason I do these readings is to get information that we don't know and to clarify things. And some of the stuff that I'm saying, I don't want to be saying it because this is all we hear when it comes to this type of stuff. Slavery and lynching and all the torture, all the pain. I'm not interested in speaking on that. However, it is significant. So, apparently, children were hanged on trees and loose for their energy, and they were the blood sacrifice. This was the blood they were drinking. Our children. Hanged from trees and fed to animals? The children's adrenochrome was used for these rituals under the moon, and their remains were fed to animals. This is the government. The people who started the government started. The reason it's happening today is because this is how it started. We have the Six of Wands. Victory, success, honors, rivalry, envy. So, this was when they signed the Declaration of Independence, as far as declaring their independence from Great Britain. In order to separate themselves from their colonizing idea. I'm hearing their colonizing idea. To separate themselves from their colonizing idea as far as Great Britain goes, the United States of America had to perform tons of witchcraft and rituals in order to break the spellbinding that they were originally part of. So in order to stop being an oppressed people, they had to oppress another people in a more heinous way than they were being oppressed. Because we know their oppression wasn't Like, it was just, hey, you guys work and we're gonna tax you to death. That's different from drinking children's blood and feeding the remains to animals. They said go ahead and pull one of these. Not this one? Okay. 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 So, y'all remember how I showed y'all the 5 of Wands that was up under the 7 of Swords? This was just on the bottom of the deck. It was just sitting here. I pulled this one, and I pulled the 5 of Wands was at the bottom of the deck. So now I just pulled the 5 of Wands, the actual card. So here we have in Hebrew, okay? Imitation, simulation, camouflage, test, training, preparation. They keep running the same simulation over and over and over again. This is how things started, and this is how things are going to end. To all of my female indigenous watching, my goddesses, okay, this is sticking out to me heavily. Now, a lot of us get heat for expressing our beauty in different ways. Now, I'm gonna say it like this. If you're out here finessing guys and using your looks to get a quick buck out of the nearest nigga around you, you're dead wrong for that. What I am gonna tell you is don't stop what you're doing. Stop who you're doing it to and raise your prices. The nigga next door can't give you what the nigga a few miles away who actually isn't a nigga, we'll just call him sir. Sir can't give you the same thing that bro down the street can give you. Because here's the thing. Not only can sir give you these, they love pillow talking. So the same game you can run a homie down the street, step your game up, get a whole new clientele, and do that real pillow talking with the folks who need to be pillow talked to. Get the information that we really need. Big emphasis on pillow talk. Big emphasis on drunkenness. I keep being drawn back to this. It's not so much like houses, it's just property. Big emphasis on property and assets. Just big on those types of conversations. Because here's the thing. You can only get so much from homie down the street. You can only get so much from him. You shouldn't be trying to get nothing from him anyway. You already know his baby mama situation. You already know. So why keep going back to that if you're not gonna help dude? So instead of trying to finesse him, finesse the real pockets. This ain't the time to be scared of white people. Nah, run they pockets. Figure out how to do that. Figure out where to go, how to get in the rooms, and how to talk their talk. Run them pockets and get the information. If you're into that stuff. Now, if you're not into that stuff, then that's fine. What I'm going to say to the rest of us is this. Stop being scared of white people. I was out earlier today, and I seen a very, very old white male. You know how old people look, hunched over, like walking, and like, you know, he had his prescription in his hand. Just very, very old. Had on a nice ironed white top, you know, button-down shirt with some black pants, just nicely slacked pants. What type of shoes he had on? I think they were black slick shoes. They weren't like anything super fancy, like alligator shoes or nothing like that. Wasn't nothing like that. But it was like, you know, regular type black business shoes. We should only be getting clientele from those people. Not to say that we don't serve our community. Of course, we need to have clients in our community, but our clientele needs to differ in certain ways. Instead of trying to pull every dollar we can out of our own people for every single thing we do, make another tier and service a different clientele. You can still serve your community and do what you want to do, but have a whole different space for these people over here. Because at this point, it's like this. We know we ain't getting no motherfucking reparations. We know that. They still got the money. So just put something in front of them, have them give you the money. They buy anything. And I mean anything. Alright. So now, again with the flowers, I had pulled this rose here, and it says, roses indicate beauty and rugged health. Now I pulled bouquet of flowers. Then I got the shepherd. Then I got the eye. Again, with my ladies of the night, I'm getting a lot of this energy here. Just a lot of this. It's just a lot of that. It doesn't sound the best, but it's like, if you're already doing it, do it to a different demographic for higher profits. If you bad our community for, if you're watching a video like this, you're bad our community. It don't matter what line of work you're in. People love to get on, you know, ladies of the night, OF girls, and the strippers and dancers and stuff. And it's like, they hold the most secrets. They hold more secrets than anybody can know. Anybody can know. Secrets. Now the shepherd. Okay, so I'm seeing the sun in the back here. The sun is peaking. So we got the moon with the sun peaking. They had a lot of ladies of the night here. Okay, so if you go back into history and you research like the first people who had jobs in the new colonized United States, the 13 original colonies and stuff like that, and even when the gold rush started and people started going to California and stuff like that, There is a whole bunch of ladies of the night. Those were like the main first female occupations that were available in this country. That was for, the Caucasians. Our people were forced to do it. That was the whole thing. Our people were forced to do it. There's a whole lot of strippers in this reading. I'm talking mad titties. Mad titties. What is going on? I'm trying not to talk about this, but this is what they were doing. This is what they were doing. This is what they were doing. They just had mad bitches. There's straight bitches everywhere. I'm not saying bitches like, our ladies are goddesses, but like, they had all of them. It didn't matter what color you was. They had so many bitches. What is going on here? What is happening? Damn. Why are you doing her like that? Okay. Whoa. Alright. Yeah. It's just, this is a lot. This is really a lot. It's so many, like, naked females everywhere. And this is, like, I'm not even trying to laugh. I'm not trying to laugh because this is a serious reading. It's just like, this is how our country's been getting run from the jump. This is not new. All these politicians like talking about finding cocaine at the White House. That ain't new. It's not new. This is how shit started. That's why they're having meltdowns. That's why they're having meltdowns. They're talking about issuing out government crack pipes and finding cocaine at the White House and trying to hide the fact that people are indulging in that type of activity. They've been doing this from the beginning. Now, I'm not seeing any drugs yet. I'm still trying to figure out this shepherd thing besides the sun, but right now it's just a bunch of females. Bunch of females, a bunch of bitches, a bunch of strippers, a bunch of ladies. Woo! A bunch of bottle girls. Now, the thing that is very unfortunate is a lot of them were underage. That's like, for the ladies who do the work, it's like, yeah, if you choose that occupation, that's your thing. But to force kids to do it, I'm like, okay, yeah, they fucked up in the mind. They're messed up in the brain. Like, it's not enough that ladies are willing to get paid to do those services. That's not enough for them. That's never enough for them. That's been the problem. It's never enough that girls that look like me, and I'm talking, my physical body, like I'm thin and like I have nice, assets to my body and stuff like that. Like girls like me who are willing to actually do that stuff, girls who look like me who are actually willing to go do that stuff and get paid nice. It's never enough for them. It's never enough. They always have to feel like they're conquering a person. Oh, okay, shepherd. They always feel like they need some sheep. There we go. They always feel like they need to control somebody. Because it's like even with that kink stuff. Like, and that's probably why Pinky Doll is so relevant right now. If y'all don't know who Pinky Doll is, she's the NPC kink girl from Twitter and TikTok. It's never enough that there are girls who are willing to do that work because there is a market for it. That's never enough for them. They always feel like they need to be dominating over somebody. Not something, somebody. It wasn't enough to take the land and the property. It wasn't enough to do that. It wasn't enough. It's never enough. Ever. It's never enough. They had to make people do things that they didn't want to do. And then they took ignorant children and made them do things they didn't even know what they were doing, which made it funny to them. And then they're drunk, so they're even more out of their minds. So that's probably where the drugs coming in. Because I'm only seeing wine here, but we'll see if we can find some drugs. Because like even with the way that this is being carried, that looks like a cocaine container. I'm pretty sure they had cocaine back then. It may not be like exactly like the stuff we had now, but they had weed back then, so I wouldn't be surprised if they had cocaine back then. Because their weed and their cocaine was, well, their weed was very, very different from what it is now. But yeah, these niggas was not smoking no weed. That's what they saw the indigenous people doing that, and they were like, kill them. Bottom of the deck is a lady. Told y'all, it's just lady, and then the moon represents the feminine energy. So on the bottom here we got the lady. Okay. So before I read y'all the card, I'm gonna tell y'all it's the number 7, which is Zion in Hebrew. Oh, and we have 7 viewers. Okay. Okay, period though. Period. So we have the 7 of Wands, which is courage, intelligence, imagination, combative spirit, ability to regenerate oneself. Okay. We have the birds, the mountains, we have ships. So, as y'all know, in geography, the areas where they first settled have a lot of mountains. Like, of course, by the beach shore, it's not as many mountains, but if you start getting into like Virginia and then go a little bit south, you got North Carolina, South Carolina, you got Tennessee, close to like Kentucky and stuff like that. There's mountains. Okay, Christ live. Period. With the 777 portal. When I tell you I didn't notice that, yo, this is wild right now. So they just said the 777 portal. We got 7. Today is July 25th, 2023. 777. And there's 7 viewers. Woo! Yeah, I just got like a whole thing right here. It's like a whole thing right here. That's so much. That is so much. What do we just open? I don't even know. Hey. And then this card is the 7 of Swords. Ah. Okay. What's going on? Alright. So we got the birds. What's the birds? What is the birds? Birds, birds, birds. I'm not sure what I'm picking up with the birds. Pirates. Yo, I straight up picked up pirates. So we got ships and birds. I picked up pirates. Because on top of the fact that, you know, our people, some of our people were brought on with the ships and stuff like that, it's like they were pirates. There were a lot of pirates. Some of our people were pirates too, but we were a different type of pirate. These were the barbaric pirates. Now, all this makes sense. I'm just trying to see how it's like completely relevant to what we need to know. Okay. Ricka West said hi. Michael Johnson said, hey Ellie, today is my birthday. Just saying, happy solar return. It's the 77 portal, 777 portal. So that's dope. This is your solar return. What do we need to know in particular as a people? They said, okay, they said pull my next set of cards and it's going to tie everything together. Okay. to pull this one first. Alright, so the letter is Gemel, number 3. And it's the 3 of Wands. Exploration, discovery, boldness, decision, readiness of spirit. So they went exploring, they discovered some lands, and they were very, very bold about their decision making. Okay, we got some more birds. Okay, so we got the gentleman. Oh my gosh, we just had the lady. Now we have the gentleman. We have the kittens. So cats, kittens, and we have the storks. So there's bird energy here. It's giving very much Noah's Ark. Like, even with this ship here, like, it's giving very much Noah's Ark, where they sent the bird out to see if there was any land. That's what I'm hearing. So they knew that certain slaves had spiritual gifts and that indigenous people could talk to animals. They were very, very aware of that. So they used that to their advantage and were like, hey, communicate with these animals and these birds. Like, we got the cat here. So communicate with these animals. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 animals here. We got the snake, the sheeps, 2 different birds, and the cat. And then there's a dog right here at the bottom of the deck. Communicate with these animals so that we know what's up ahead. A lot of it started out ignorantly because they didn't know that things were going to be like this. And then once certain slaves started catching on, they started lying, which good for them. They started lying and using the information to their advantage with their people, which was how a lot of the escapes happened, which makes sense. Connecting with nature, getting back in touch with nature. So I'm being told that all of us, not the Caucasians, all of us indigenous people, we need to go to parks and pay attention to the names of the parks, see why they were named that, see what street that park is on, see the name of that street and the intersections near them, and pay attention to that area. Like, y'all know how it is when a neighborhood has a name, you know? And research those names. Those names will lead to what happened in that geographical location, and get in touch with those people who are part of those lineages. They have more answers. And resources and assets. We're not looking for just talking now. Like, we getting our stuff. So the parks, the names of the park, okay, whoever the park is named after, the street name that the park is on, a lot of times it'll both be the same thing. The area, again, it might all 3 of them might be the exact same thing depending on where you're at. So the area, like the little town neighborhood area, and also with the street, the intersections of those streets. So that's a total of 3 street names. Yeah. The names of those people. Find who are their descendants that are still alive. This gentleman here, This isn't Thomas Jefferson. I'm picking up someone else who is there. For some reason, I'm getting John Hancock. He had the most bitches. I don't know why that was important for me to say. John Hancock had the most bitches. He had his John and he put his hand on his cock and made other bitches do it. They're so perverted, like down to their names. Everything about them is just perverted. Y'all are ghosts and perverted. Okay, it's not so much like the ghost thing. It's just picking up on the energy of the times. But still. Anyway. Okay. They said I got one more pull left. And then that'll be it. These are always like, when they're interesting, it just be like, we've been doing the exact same thing for so long. It's just we have technology now, or more technology. Every single time it's just more technology. Patents. I got something strong about patents. Okay, they said figure out the original patent invention owners, not the patent, because we know that the patent came in so they could steal the ideas and license it so that they can't say it was stolen. Somewhere is documented for most, if not all, of the original idea developers of different inventions. See? Didn't I, what I just say? I pulled the Three of Pentacles. It says mastery of an art, great ability, skill, craft, specialization, celebrity. I just said something about patents and getting the original owners' names of the patents. Okay, so the people who created the inventions, not the patent owners, the ones who got the credit for it, the original people who designed the inventions, the people in their lineage are to get residuals from that. Most of the inventions are still being used, or the branding that originated from that invention are still being used today. So figuring out how those descendants can be compensated is highly important here. And it's the Three of Pentacles, so big compensation energy. Again, 3 Gemel. So we got 2 3s in a row. Okay. Alright, we got the fox. Another animal. I'm picking up just very much foxy energy. Yeah. We got the clover. Bro, I'm telling y'all, them and these bitches, bro. And I have to refer to them like that. I have to. Just, that's like the vibe. Like, if I was intending to be like, oh, these goddesses, oh, these ladies, oh, these... No. Like, oh, look at all the bitches. We got the star. So with the star, we're getting back to these Three of Pentacles celebrity energy. So a lot of y'all, when y'all find out that it was your great whatever who invented something, and y'all, like, not only y'all finna get paid, like, because the thing is, stuff like that don't just stop at that person. A lot of y'all really smart. Like, these children or these young people, or even some of the older people who, you know, they tapped into their gifts and they're just kind of like subsided and stuff like that. They tapped into their gifts and they're like really, really smart, or they're really, really nerdy, or they're really intelligent, and you're just like, how do they know this? They're the ones who are about to get whatever sort of residuals or lump sum payments and royalties from these inventions here. They finna be big famous because they have something else happening. So it's like, once they receive this funding, these pentacles here, whatever they're working on right now that's in action, they finna be big famous. Okay, I see you. Mastery of an art, great ability, skill, craft, specialization, celebrity. Okay. Okay, and I see you. Y'all. Bottom of the deck, the Seven of Swords. This is the last card pull. And now on the bottom of the deck is the very, very first card that was pulled, the Seven of Swords. And then, of course, the bottom of this deck is the Tower. And then up under that, oh, is the Rose again. And then up under that is the Ring, because y'all cheated on your wives and your long-term girlfriends. And so they finna start snitching too. And then the pig represents riches. Riches, bitch. You finna lose your riches because you had too many bitches. And then up under that is some more flowers, my nigga. Yo. This is too funny. It's too funny. Oh. Yeah, it's too funny. It's too funny to me. Because it's like, they did all this to cover up all these secrets, and now magic ladies on the internet are bringing the secrets to the forefront. Because no secret ever dies. Everything comes to the forefront eventually. Eventually, even if it's centuries later, bitch. We said, when? 1776? It's a couple hundred years, man. Just a few generations. That's a good... I mean, if we being real, and we talk about life expectancy being like, let's just say 50 for average. Bro, that's only like 4 or 5 generations. That's not that many people. So when people say things like spiritual gifts can skip a generation, how many generations do you think is skipped? Not many. Not many. It ain't skipped. We're not talking about 1,000 years ago. We're not even talking about 500 years ago. We are not even talking about half a century ago, 500 years. We're not going back that far. This is only a couple of hundred years. It's only been several decades, a couple of centuries. I'm being pulled towards the Clover. Like, lucky energy is something with this. So something told me to cut the deck to get clarification, and we're back to the lady. They can't help it. They love bitches. So they finna say, bro, up under the lady is the Order, which is another symbol of riches. Who are y'all playing with? Who are you playing with? It literally, it says, The order denotes honor and recognition of labor, a sure sign of business success. Man, who y'all playing with, bro? So, it's gonna be some lucky lady who... Okay, some foxy lucky lady who's gonna stumble across the right information, the right gentleman, and some other ladies too. I'm picking up heavy. Like, a lot of the children, they see what's going on. Like, the children and those, the descendants of, like, billionaires, multimillionaires, those who are of a very, very high caliber, and they have the insight to see what their lineage had been doing for centuries, and they're able to see what's happening nowadays, because a lot of them brainwash their own children. Like, when we say that our children are being indoctrinated, that's the exact same thing. So, like, when you have some people who go to these Ivy League schools, they get a certain level of brainwashing from their private schools that they go to, and some of their public schools, the really, really good public schools that they go to, it's the same thing. It's a different type of indoctrination. So they are raised to not believe in the atrocities that indigenous people had to endure. And some of them learn exactly what happened, and they're learned to not have empathy for it since that time period is over. Because here's the thing. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1776, which was only a couple of hundred years ago. Slavery ended after that point. So we're not even talking about a full couple of hundred years ago of slavery. That's just from this country being put into business. Because the country was already here, but this country has only been put into business for a couple of hundred years. This is a very young country, and I need people to comprehend that. It's only been hard for our people because here's the thing. A lot of our people we have issues that date back behind them. And this is what I'm saying. This country is so young. We've been having issues since before these niggas colonized us. You think we'd be able to get colonized if we had our shit together? No. Some nigga was betraying some other nigga and ended up fucking up all the niggas. This is why we go so hard on the Uncle Toms, Thomas Jefferson. This is why we go so hard on all the house Negroes, coming from a light-skinned girl. Not all the house Negroes was working in the house and then helping the field niggas later. Most of them didn't actually, because they were afraid. What we still scared for? We got the information, black people. We got the information. Now it's time to bring in our shit. A lot of our people are selfish, and that has nothing to do with white people. That's what I need for us to comprehend, understand, overstand, and understand. Get it in your root chakra. Get it all up in there. Get it up in there. Because a lot of y'all don't even know most of us are the problem. Yes, we're doing readings like these because they were a source of our issues. A lot of our issues go soul deep. Soul deep. They ain't got nothing to do with no white people. Zen says someone was greedy. Oh, somebody was getting greedy. What's so funny? The Moors for real. I don't know what people are so scared, still scared for. And the whole like changing of not comprehension, terminologies of the Moors and like other groups of black people, and like it's so irrelevant. I'm just being straight up. A lot of us are too mixed for that. A lot of us are just too mixed for that. Because it's like, any person who looks like us, whether Asiatic, whether original Indian from India, whether indigenous Australian, whether indigenous Native American, whether indigenous South American, fuck all these little names. Fuck them. Fuck them. They're not important. They're really not important. If your fucking hair looks like this and your skin's relatively dark, and a lot of us ain't even got dark skin no more, credits to our Latinos and to a lot of our mixed brothers and sisters, those of us who do have this blood in us. The shit don't matter. Because at the end of the day, once people comprehend the actual concept of community anyway, we won't have to deal with certain issues. We just won't have to deal with certain issues. This shit's not important. We have an entire... I'm not going to get into this too much. Honestly, I kind of feel like ranting. I don't know if I'm going to go live after this because I want to keep this centered on the reading, but I have to get this out. There's an entire intergalactic war going on, and people on this earth plane are still complaining about skin color. I just need everybody to realize how retarded everyone is right now. I just need everybody to just kind of take a step back and be like, wow, we're retarded as a people. We still have systems of oppression intentionally. Because here's the thing. They keep people oppressed on purpose. These guys keep people oppressed on purpose because they know that somebody could threaten their authority. It's not likely that the average person is going to become a billionaire, a multimillionaire, even a millionaire. Yes, it's difficult in this matrix, but forget the matrix. Even if we didn't have the strongholds that we have in the matrix, do you think that the majority of people are going to be like, I'm going to be so disciplined that I'm going to start a multi-million-dollar company and employ over 100 people? Most people don't even go into their side hustle with a mentality past how I'm going to pay for my shit next week. They don't do it because they think a whole lot of people are going to be successful at it. They just don't want to lose their sense of control that they think they have. Because they know there should be a lot more billionaires by now. They know there should be a lot more multimillionaires by now. They know our people should be having, certain assets. We should be the ones having things like yachts and submarines and different boats and owning cruise ships and owning airplanes and stuff like that. They know this. They know this. They just don't want us to have it. It has nothing to do with, oh, well, we shouldn't do that because... No, it has nothing to do with that. Nothing at all. They just don't want to see our people in any sort of power because it makes them feel bad because their dicks are small. Why you think it was so many bitches in this reading? I'm talking about the whole reading was full of bitches. The whole reading. So because their dicks are small, they think that they need to keep everybody else small. Even that, like, they don't even care about their own people. Which, they kind of got that from us. Because we sure showing them how to not give a fuck about your own people. I make so many people mad and I love it. Anyway, what you say? We need to get the planet back ASAP. I'm aware of that. I'm not the majority. Neither are you. We can do this. That's why we're doing this here. But that's what I'm saying. This is the starting point for those of us in the United States. By doing the stuff that I was talking about, with the parks and the street names and the stuff like that, looking up the genealogy, doing things like finding autobiographies, biographies, newspaper articles, magazines, neighborhood history things, going to museums and finding information on these people and finding the people, that's a stepping stone for us in this country. At the end of the day, all of us need to get in tune with spirit. Because how did I find out about doing this? Being in touch with my own spirit, being in touch with my higher self. Nobody told me to do this except God. And I'm already finding out a lot of information just from doing these readings. Not having a client, just from doing the readings alone, I'm finding out a lot of the information. I'm finding out information in the readings, and I'm finding the information when I get done with the readings. So I just say, you know, we get to work. Y'all know how I am. Grounding spirituality. No more woo-woo, wah-wah. Oh, let me meditate. No. We have actionable steps for our people to take now. So for me, it's kind of like, now what? Because our people have been screaming about reparations for this long and that long, and, you know, we ain't getting them from the government. So find out directly who these people are, which descendants are still alive, and be like, hey, give me my shit. But see, here's the thing. This is going back to what I was saying earlier. They just want to keep a sense of control. They know most of us aren't going to do that. They know most of us are going to watch this video, look me directly in my digital eyes, and go back to complaining on the internet. I just told you everything that you needed to do. And there's a couple of other videos before this one giving you other steps that you can take right now with your phone. And instead of doing it, most of you are going to go back on your little social media platforms and continue to complain. Fuck you. You are the problem. While the rest of us get out here and do the work, we're going to leave you out intentionally. And when you're mad that we're not including you in our luxurious grandeur lifestyles that we were able to extract by doing the work, we'll say a job's open. What else do you want? Because when we were doing the work, formulating these ideas, you sat back and chose not to help. You can't come along the train, man. They're gonna have to get in the fucking back, or you're gonna have to work on the train. Because there ain't no fucking way. In 3 readings of these, now we've done 3 Ancestral Caucasian Connection readings. I have given out this amount of actionable steps. I'm not just pulling out downloads. Yes, we've had some downloads. Yes, we've had some channelings. Yes, we got the cards to help put things together. We have actual work that we all can start doing. If we all started doing it consistently, by the end of the year, I can guarantee you at least 100 of us will be in the multi-million-dollar range of net worth. Just by finding out what's actually owed to us. Not from us doing any extra physical labor. By finding out what's actually owed to us, what our people actually do own, that's being hoarded by these Caucasian people. A good 100 of us, are not 100 directly, 100 in the lineage, which spreads out, you know, somebody's a sibling or somebody's like a cousin. Things spread out. 100 individuals at least will be in the $1 million range just by finding this stuff out. And now we have the actionable steps in order to do it. So it's just up from here. So I'm glad. I'm actually really glad about it, honestly. Because this, I feel like this is the thing. I feel like a lot of them know this. I feel like a lot of them know this. Because, you know, I only have like 2,000 subscribers here, but like a lot of us are very, very powerful. A lot of us know a lot of things. A lot of us come from a certain area, a certain type of background. And so they know that we're already doing the work. They know this. Now, this is a time for us to see who's really about this shit or not. Because the thing is, nobody's saying you got to leave your house anymore. As far as, you know, gathering up to start communities. Because we see that fucking bullshit failed. And spiritual people are not ready. Most of them just not ready for the stuff that they're talking about. So, growing your own food, we see a good amount of people doing that. Okay, so that's great. That's cool. If you're not doing that shit, homeschooling. This should be part of your homeschooling if you're not doing it already. And school starts next week for a lot of people. And if it's not next week, it's the week after next. So, and so, yeah, with those three things, and there's still been so much pushback with the woke people, it's like, okay, use your phone and research this stuff. And then get in contact with these people. Can you do that? Nobody's asking you to leave your house anymore. Nobody's asking you to do any labor or work anymore. We're not even asking you to homeschool your children anymore. Homeschooling? Yeah, okay. Use your phone to do research on these people and find them. I mean, let's just see who does it. Because I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a really big eye-opener once people find out who has really been for our people and who has intentionally been against our people. And I'm going to close out with this. I don't like talking about this topic. I really don't. I just feel like I've said enough until, you know, certain time periods where I know I'm going to have to bring it up for certain reasons. However, I knew about this before I started the reading. I was hoping I would forget it before the reading was over, but I just remembered it, and now since I remember it, I'm obligated to speak about it. So, some of y'all know about my sexual assault situation, where basically I was treated as if I was a lady of the night when I very obviously and very clearly wasn't. And I don't like saying dude's name. I do not like all the bullshit, but I am being called to point attention to the fact that Rodney Hayes is the biggest problem in the black community, in the woke community, in the conscious community. Anybody who has done anything to try to progress our community forward, he is the absolute biggest problem. And that sounds very bold to say. However, I have seen this person get into the lives of people, like their livelihood, not a live stream, their livelihood, create relationships and friendships, romantic relationships, bonds with people, and absolutely destroy their lives. He told me he murdered somebody. He told me, after I expressed to him how I feel about his presence and how I didn't like it, that everything that comes around him dies. He told me that verbally. Now, why I've been called to speak on that situation in a Thomas Jefferson reading, I have no idea. Y'all know how this spiritual stuff works. We'll find out later. Today's date, again with that 777 portal thing, is July 25th, 2023. So something must have happened today. I don't keep up with that dude. I don't care. I just know that I have to keep speaking on my situation that happened and point at the fact out that he is a problem. He's riding off the back of Larry Hoover, who probably doesn't even know who he is. Because a lot of us think that they have an association with each other. And now I'm putting two and two together. I'm like, he probably don't even know who he is. Yet he's used that man for clout so much, people associate the two with each other. So when we talk about this split and this divide, It's like, yes, he's a teacher, but he's a op at the same time. He has poisoned people. Like I said, he told me he killed somebody. He has, you know, people think it's petty gossip. This guy has ruined lives with the slander. Because he's an elder, because he's old, people respect him. We don't look at the character of old people because they're old. He's an old guy that has shit going for himself, nothing at all, and doesn't take care of his children or grandchildren. Yet he's seen as a respected elder in our community. So I guess that's just the energy, because one of the last things he said to me was he got some sort of intuitive message from Big Mama that he needs to have a drink with Ellie. That was something that he kept repeating. We never drank together, but he kept saying it until I left. He was trying to recreate the rituals that they did in these times with me. He bought me several pieces of clothes, and one of the rituals that I ended up not participating in because I didn't know that these were rituals. He intentionally wanted to buy me a white dress for me to wear and take pictures in. The thing was, I didn't want to wear a white dress without a certain type of shoes, and I couldn't find the shoes that I wanted to wear with the dress, so I ended up never taking pictures in the dress. There was supposed to be some sort of sick ceremony that he was gonna do with those photos. He wanted to marry me so bad, and it made no sense. I'm talking about made no sense. Introduced me to his kids, his grandkids, and his other relatives, and kept showering me with gifts and saying I love you a lot. And didn't have anything to offer as an actual husband, which I wasn't seeking in the first place. Y'all know I'm not speaking on this situation either, but I'm being called to bring it up. The only reason I was over there was because I was going through a whole lot of situations helping with the Rashad Jamal case. Once I was getting stalked and harassed because of helping him with his court case and helping the community to know about what was going on in his court case, Rodney Hayes decided to help me out in my situation. I did not go over there for whatever reasons people thought I was over there. I had no interest in getting to know that person outside of collaborating and sharing information with people. That entire situation was a setup. I don't speak on this situation either. However, I'm being told to just go ahead and say it now. When I got to Rodney's house, he showed me an Instagram DM from Rashad Jamal's wife saying, I'm warning you about Ellie. And then Rodney asked me, what do you think she means by that? And I said, I don't know. And so once I found out that Rashad Jamal's wife was being rude to a bunch of people and doing what she did to me, as far as asking for help and then just blatantly cutting people off and being rude out of nowhere, I sent her an email telling her to shut the fuck up and stop being rude to people. And so then she had the PR team send me a cease and desist letter in an email threatening to sue me because I sent her an email. Now, like I said, I was not expecting... I'm trying to read on Thomas Jefferson right now, but for some reason, this is popping up. I'm just being obedient to what Spirit is calling me to speak on right now. They're saying it's part of the New World Order. So this was the New World Order back then, as far as the Declaration of Independence, declaring independence from Great Britain. And now, our people, through these readings, are declaring our newfound independence after slavery. And that has a lot to do with it. My particular situation has a lot to do with it. Whether it's literal or symbolic, it has a lot to do with it. I want to leave this energy, but they said that there's something else. They said Big Mama is cooking up something hot. Damn. This is too funny. It's really not funny. It's not funny, but it's funny to me, because I can see so many things. Because it's not even so much that I've been keeping secrets. I just don't like talking about this shit. I don't like the attention it brings. I don't like the people who feel like they can make certain comments. I don't like the people who feel like that's their chance to try to harass me. I've had to not talk about my location for safety reasons when I would be able to openly speak about whatever city I'm in. However, with people doing the stuff that they've been doing for over a year now, I can't speak about where I'm located. So I've been having to live in the shadows for over a year. And fuck all that. Fuck all that. Because at the end of the day, we're supposed to be here educating and liberating our people from the bullshit. And we're over here getting harmed by the people who say that they're leading us into our liberation. We got 3 of Wands, 5 of Wands, 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands. That's a lot of magic. Okay. They're telling me to go ahead and spill a lot. I was not intending to say anything about this situation at all. And we're already past an hour, so I'm ready to go ahead and tap out of this energy, but they said it's relevant. So, over the past year, like I said, with the rituals that they were doing and I say they intentionally, it wasn't just Rodney. I'm finding out because I didn't know any of this shit when the stuff was happening. He has a group of people that he has who does magic on people. Oh God, I was not trying to talk about this at all. I'm talking about at all. So when I was over there, he had me talking to like different people that he knew, and he would be like on the phone with them. Some people I met in person, but some people were on the phone, and one of those people was Alexis K. Tyler. And so I was helping out with the court case, so I'm watching Alexis's videos to get psychic and spiritual insight on what was going on with Rashad Jamal's case. And so they get on the phone and they start having a conversation. Mind you, like I said, he been introducing me to all his little homies and everybody he cool with. He would just have me on the phone with him. I'm like, hi, peace, how you doing? Like, Grand Rising, all that shit. So he on the phone with Alexis. And I'm like, hey, can I say hi? He looked at me and he was like, nah. And I was like, so I could talk to everybody else, but I can't talk to Alexis K. Tyler? That motherfucker knew she was gonna tap into my energy and know what was up. He knew. He knew. He knew. Because the thing is, I don't mind people accusing me if I'm lying. Like, you can accuse me of lying. That's fine. What I don't respect is people who do not respect my work. And people have directly come against me as a feminine. People have directly come against me as being part of the spiritual community, as if I don't do shit, as if people haven't started gardens because I inspired them to do so, as if people haven't started homeschooling or finding more areas of homeschooling to explore because I haven't inspired them to do so. Like, fuck all these niggas out here who act like I'm not doing shit. When Rashad went out there in October in 2021 and said, fuck this court case, y'all know I'm not guilty, I showed y'all proof and everything, all of that fuck shit, who's gonna stand beside me? Y'all know I was there. That's one of the first things Rodney even said to me. He was like, oh, when I saw you out there with the police, I was like, oh, she has no fear. Yeah, bitch, I have no fear. Fuck you. All that nigga did while I was over there was try to intimidate me and scare me. When I say, damn, broken mirror. Damn, the bride. Yo, look, I'm not even pulling cards right now. These are just on the bottom of the deck. When I tell you, he was trying to do the same rituals that these other people were doing that were included in this reading for Thomas Jefferson. He was trying to loose my energy, feed off of my fear energy, which is what they still do today. For the masses, they create a whole bunch of fear and they feed off of that fear energy. And then he was trying to force me into a marriage. What, bro? People make, comments about my physical appearance. Like I'm skinnier now than I was before. Yeah, that bitch tried to poison me, or that bitch was poisoning me. Then I found out people in my blood family were trying to poison me and trying to kill me. Can't talk about that yet. That's a whole different... That's them generational curses. I'm gonna get into that later. How my family allowed my husband and another one of my family members to abuse me. Go to jail for it. And then let the fucking abuse continue after they get out of jail. Lawyers and everything. Anyway. Don't think I ain't been through shit, bruh. I'm only cute on the outside. Ain't nothing cute about what I've been through. So when I say we getting this shit back in blood, I mean that. With my whole chest, with my whole soul, with my whole spirit. Y'all niggas think this game is about hating white people. Fuck them white people. All they got is a few important documents or resources that we need to come up a little bit, and that's it. Because here's the thing. I don't need this. You know what my biggest holdup has been? Like I said, generational curses. My fucking family don't want to cooperate. I've been half farmland. That's never been an issue. I don't need to talk to y'all on the internet. I don't need to do that. I choose this because this is my spiritual work. I don't need y'all. These niggas, these Rodney Hayes, they need you. They feed off you. Your Cash App donations is what they live off of. Ain't got no type of business outside of going live and finessing niggas all day. Sure, the information's good, but they making y'all believe that they building communities behind the scenes. They have cults and covens behind the scenes where the people who are giving their life force energy, the people who are donating, the people who are sending their love, everybody who support that nigga getting magic put on them. I've been seeing it too. I ain't saying nothing. Anybody who associates with that dude has some sort of curse on them right now. Some sort of spell word. I know, because I went through it. I'm not just talking shit. I know what I'm talking about. I shouldn't see niggas in my dreams. I shouldn't see niggas in my dreams that clearly. I know when I see somebody in my dreams that clearly. When I dream, I lucid and vivid dream for my manifestation purposes. So when a motherfucker coming up in my shit, that means something. I did not invite you here. What the fuck are you doing in my space? That nigga tried to come up in one of my Merkaba travels. One of my vehicles that I used to travel. This bitch ass nigga tried to bust his ass up in that. This that spiritual shit that y'all don't get talk about on the internet. This don't get talked about on the internet. I don't know why I had to come out with the Thomas Jefferson reading. I have no idea what's going on, but it needed to be said. And Rashad's wife is an op. Point blank period. She got op. People around their social circle said it. I'm not going to say he said it. What I will say that he said is that he has been suspicious and asking other people about her behavior. That's the truth. That bitch is a op. And don't think I'm disrespecting her. She called me one too. So 2 for 2, bitch. Like, because at this point, y'all keep sending niggas to stalk me. Y'all keep sending niggas to watch my pages. Y'all paying for spell work on me. First of all, Zakia, you weren't even talking to males during Rashad's trial. You had me and other people talk to all the males. Anybody who was coming to support, anybody who needed any sort of communication, you had me and other people talking to the males because out of respect for your husband, you weren't going to talk to any males. You were only going to talk to females. You said, Goddess is only for you, and then me and everybody else handle all the gods and the males. So what the fuck is you messaging Rodney Hayes for if you're not supposed to be talking to any males? And why did people come to the house I was at in Atlanta showing me screenshots of conversations that you're trying to send people of me? Why is y'all on video calls talking about me? Why are you asking people about what I'm doing when I'm chilling and relaxing? And then the thing was, she was creeped out. Y'all don't get how this magic shit works, bruh. My magic is different. I got magic that I don't even know that I'm tapped into. She was confused because she was trying to send some screenshots of my conversation to somebody, and for some reason when she screenshotted it, little black lines had got over the messages so people couldn't read the whole conversation that was being had. What type of glitch is that? Me, bitch. You can't, first of all, I'm not doing shit to you. I'm not doing nothing to you. I've been seeing your ass in my dreams, not recently, but when this shit had first started, I seen you come and attack me blatantly. And I'm just like, why is this tiny asshole up in my shit trying to attack me for it? I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm here for the people, and I'm here for the teacher. I'm not here for whatever type of BS you're trying to start. So she trying to send screenshots of my conversation with people, or with her, and it's not working. And she was confused on why it wasn't working. And I'm like, because you being malicious. There is no reason for you to be doing that. Then you over here talking to Rodney Hayes about I'm warning you about her. Warning him who? Warning who about what? I would like to know. Because at this point, it doesn't seem like any of y'all care about the community. Y'all definitely don't care about Rashad. I seen him in the actuals. He is fucked up. Y'all let that nigga get fucked up. No type of protection over him. My God. What are y'all doing? Leave me alone and focus on what needs to be focused on. I'm not doing. It's been a year. It's been a year, and y'all are still coming up in my energy. Y'all still sending people to look at my social media. Y'all still trying your best to pay people to do magic and stuff like that. I don't know what y'all got going on financially. I just know it's best to not spend your funds trying to hurt me. Okay? There ain't no reason to send any sort of attacks over this way. Y'all hoes keep coming up in my energy. All of you Rodney Hayes bitches, all of you big mama ass hoes, all of you who want to be around Rashad so much that you'll listen to anything his wife says, even if it's not moral. Y'all don't even care about dude. Y'all don't care about him. If you cared about him, you do whatever you could to support. You find whatever information needs to be found, and you leave her alone. But no, y'all want to sit in group chats all day and talk about people. Ain't no telling how many drugs y'all niggas doing. Fuck weed. No, them niggas is on hard drugs. I done seen cocaine in my dreams. Of course them niggas is doing shrooms. Look. No, Rodney actually did do some shrooms in my presence. He was actively on shrooms in my presence, which was how I was able to see his spiritual form so like clearly. At first it was like a feeling, and I wasn't able to see his astral body. When he took shrooms, I was able to fully see his astral body. That nigga's nasty. I'm not even gonna go into that right now though. They said I have to go into some detail about it. I don't feel like it, to be honest with you. So this car came out the park, so we would walk to this park, and oh yeah, okay, here. Clearest example of how this bitch ass nigga does not care about anything that he talks about. We will walk to this park every other day or so, and then there's water right here. There's a pond. So on the dock of the pond, where we would take a lot of pictures at, for one thing, he was like, this is how this nigga is so fucked up. Like, it's several things. So we were taking pictures. There's no bathroom for me to change at, so it's like, okay, hey, you stand guard while I change clothes, make sure nobody's looking. This nigga looking at me, so this one time, I'm changing clothes, and then I see that there's a person over there, and I look at him, I'm like, bruh, there's a person right there, you didn't say anything? And he was like, oh. I'm like, bitch, your whole job was to be lookout. I'd be in the bathroom. If there was a bathroom for me to be in. But no. Your whole job was to be on lookout, and you want to look at me change clothes for a little 2 seconds to see some titties. We would go to this dock, and he would throw his trash in the dock. Like the wood walkway of the dock. He was like, oh yeah, we just throw our trash here and people treat it like a trash can. I just told him to his face, I was like, I don't like that. Bruh, these niggas don't care about the planet, bro. They don't care. All that trash and shit. Like, we would walk to the dock, and like, I think that was the first time we went over there. He was like, you smell that, did he say lake? I think it was like, you smell the lake fart. And I was just like, that's nasty. So you telling me you enjoy going to a stinky lake every day, knowing it's a stinky lake and contributing to the stinkiness of the lake by throwing your trash in the lake? And say, oh, well, yeah, everybody does it. Who can? What? These niggas don't care about the planet, bro. They claim to be part of something that they're intentionally being a problem for. Talking about Big Mama this, Big Mama that. That is an egregore entity that he was able to manifest with everybody's energy. Because Big Mama definitely is not planet Earth. Because she does exist. She gives some information. This ain't what nobody think it is, bro. This ain't what nobody think it is. This is a whole different game. Fuck these white people. They not the problem. I'm telling you. They just got a few things that we need to get our record straight. That's it. It's these fake ass black spiritualists and woke people and leaders in the community that are the problem. Talk about me all you want to. Cool. I know I was dragged through several situations, very unappreciated, and then somebody tried to make me their sex slave. So, I don't give a fuck. I don't. Y'all ain't paying my bills. What, you gonna unsubscribe? Bye. You gonna unfollow me on Instagram? Dude, the fucking loo. Goodbye. All that nigga has is his reputation that he built off the back of Larry Hoover. That's all he has. That nigga is a murderer, a predator, anything bad, anything bad. He said he's an ordained minister, and he claims to be a witch doctor. I don't know about a witch doctor. Big warlock energy. I don't know about witch doctor, though. I'm 100% sure he poisons people. He said that he was a chef, a licensed chef, something along those lines. He's just been killing people for a very long time. This is not what he told me from his mouth. This is not something that came up in conversation with his family members. What someone else told me was that he killed his brother. I don't know. But when I interacted with his family members, everybody acted like the way he behaved was normal. So either they're all afraid of him or they're all under some sort of spell work. Something's going on with that family. I don't know. At this point, though, I don't give a fuck. I just don't like talking about it. I'm not scared of that bitch. I'm not scared of none of these hoes he sends after me. I ain't afraid. I just don't like the attention it gets because the weirdos come out. Yes, some supporters come out, and I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the people who actually do support me. I appreciate the people who do the things like unfollowing him and unsubscribing from his information, because I feel like a lot of us have gotten enough information from that one person in particular that we can all just meditate on certain things and get downloads without relying on that particular vessel that information is coming through. However, for everybody else, it's fuck you. I don't care. I don't need you. Y'all bitches ain't paying my bills. I've tried to collaborate with y'all to build communities, and y'all ain't get y'all asses up to actually do the shit. I'm talking about money in hand, ready to do shit. People still still couldn't cooperate. This is basic cooperation and community building skills. You can't build a fucking community off of your hatred for white people. You have to build a community off of your love for our people. Our people don't have love for each other. That ain't got shit to do with white people. Fuck all that indoctrination shit. Fuck all that, oh, it's the curses and all that. Fuck all that, oh, they pit us against each other. This is exactly what they wanted. Okay, you're feeding into the problem, you hoes. Y'all are hoes. Anybody who came into my presence and went against me for no reason. If there is miscommunication and misconception, I can apologize if we have a conversation, but no, you bitches want to get in group chats and talk to each other and create problems. When all you have to do is approach me directly and say, hey, I don't like that you did this. I don't like how you said this. I don't like how you did that. I will say, okay, my apologies. How can I do better next time? That's the type of person and individual I am. But since y'all jealous of whatever the fuck you think I might have or might be, might do, I don't know who I'm connected with because I was cool with Rashad for a while. Y'all niggas were so jealous of that shit that you wanted to kill me, literally. When I say kill me, literally, these people were stalking my location and speaking to people I was around as if they were innocently trying to check up on me, literally. Now I'm not in connection with nobody. So now what? Oh yeah. And then for the motherfuckers who were, oh, you stop supporting Rashad. No, nigga. First of all, I sent him a letter. Then I sent another letter. That letter got sent back to me. They said return to sender. I put a bay leaf in there and I had a spell on it. They didn't let it go through. Dang it. However, what? Even like he said in one of his updates from jail. Fuck a update, bitch. Y'all niggas don't care about him. Y'all don't care about what's going on. Do y'all not see what's happening? If people who came to those gatherings in 2021 and in 2022, don't you think we should be much further progressed than we are right now? But no, niggas started doing magic on each other. Niggas started getting killed. Niggas started getting arrested. And now we don't have shit to show for the work we put in. And y'all want him to come out of jail? Come out of jail to what? To keep struggling with you fuck niggas? To keep having meetups so y'all can take pictures and, oh, fuck you! Fuck you! Y'all don't care about our people. We out here risking our lives, literally. And y'all claim to do that over the internet. Yeah, sure, a good handful of us might be targeted individuals. Yeah, sure, the government might be looking for some of us. Yeah, sure, some of us might be getting gang stalked. Yeah. Who's doing the gang stalking? Who's doing the gang stalking? Because it sure ain't white people. I ain't seen a white person in my vicinity in a good while. However, I removed myself from the business world a good minute ago to focus on the spiritual community for black people in particular. I've had more attacks spiritually from black people than I've ever experienced from white people. Yeah, sure, a white person will do you dirty in business, but like they say, that's just business. We talking about building communities though. White people just trying to make a buck or two. Okay. Black people will look you in your eyes in the middle of a project and say everything's fine and backstab you within hours. Probably right after you get out of the conversation with them. Not to say white people won't do the same thing. I'm just saying black people talking about building communities. Big difference. Black people talking about breaking generational curses. Black people talking about, oh, we're going to make sure that our kids don't have to go through what we went through as children, and we're going to make sure they know that they're kings and queens and gods and goddesses and emperors and empresses. Okay, how are we supposed to do that when we're hurting each other and shit's not even built? We ain't even got kingdoms to fight over yet, and y'all already trying to tear kingdoms down. Y'all are lame, especially you old motherfuckers. No, because 30-something-year-olds, 40-something-year-olds, Rodney Hayes is now 53. He was 54 when all this happened. Not my bad. He's now 54. He was 53 when all this happened. These old motherfuckers, mind you, I'm 22, 23, 24 years old when all this shit was going on. These niggas in their 30s, 40s, and 50s doing all this shit. Recruiting teenagers, children, to do spell work on me. They came and told me they couldn't hold it in anymore. You think I don't know? Now I'm busting y'all asses out. I don't need to put the children's names in this. I'm not finna do that. That's what I'm not finna do. All I'm gonna say is the shit's over. Not only is the shit over, it's like y'all want us to hate white people so bad that we won't even touch topics like these, getting to the bottom of who owes who what. Y'all want us fighting amongst each other so bad that you're scared to talk about topics like these, yet you're willing to see who I'm cool with and hire them to do fuck shit to me. And they didn't even get hired, a lot of them. You didn't even give them the money. You just told them I was a bad person and that they all needed to do spell work on me. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I'm gonna see what y'all said, and I'm gonna see if that's the end or if I need to say some more. Okay. Just said, you know how bad things are out there, Ellie. We need to shake these up and make that happen, right? Don't worry about it. He'll be dealt with if he's corrupted. Yeah, he's being dealt with right now. That nigga has a voodoo doll and he was trying to tear my hair out yesterday. Michael Johnson said, you're a real one, Ellie. Greatly appreciate you. Then said, are you serious right now, Ellie? Yeah. So Zakia is an agent. So she set Rashad up. Now I don't have the proof of the fact that she set him up. The thing is, when he got arrested, the story didn't even make sense. Now, logically speaking, yes. It's like they were out one day headed to the doctor, and then apparently he got arrested, guns blazing. You know, they were like, put your hands up, sort of thing. And so then he went in the car. But my thing is, the police had busted in his house the previous year. We had public meetups where the police were present several times. If they wanted to arrest him, they could have did it several times. The addresses, we publicly advertised the addresses where he was going to be at. So if they wanted to arrest him, they could have been did it. They knew where he was located at his home. So anytime he wasn't having a meetup, he was at home. Or we were out in public locations. We went to parks. And he had his concert. His live show. They knew where dude was at. So the fact that none of us were around when they got pulled over by the police and he got arrested when he was only with her, Stay in the shadows. Yeah. Black mage. Alexa Torres said, hi, you're pretty. And see, like, I just don't fuck with that. I don't think you're a real person. Because there ain't no fucking way you clicked on a video called Asian. Ancestral Caucasian Connection. Talking about some you're pretty. My thumbnail ain't got my face in it. I'm so tired of that shit. There's so much more to who I am as a being than the way I look. Zen said COINTELPRO, it's about taking the planet back. Facts. Michael Johnson said real good, 100. Zen said, and bringing order to it, righteous order at that. Willie Evans said, what guy? Zen said, I always thought she set up Rashad, but I never wanted to believe it. Yeah, we don't want to believe none of this. Like, you'd be surprised. I'm not going to say surprised. It's just very shocking the things that I'm finding out about a lot of these people. Spiritually. Because some information is being brought to me in the third dimension. But spiritually, yeah. This shit's not okay. Willie Evans said, dang, like that. Where they do that at? Apparently in the black spiritual community. The black woke community. Zen said, I still watch his lectures to this day. Too many moles on our side. It's crazy. I care about the planet. I promise you from the bottom of my soul, I will. Oh, from the bottom of my soul, I do, Ellie. Facts. Christ live with the green hearts. Greatly appreciate you. Zen said, some of these people in here are agents. How do we get into contact? Get into contact with what? Because if you're talking about the Thomas Jefferson people, I already explained that. But T.S. Tim said 100. Zen said, I agree. Most don't really care about the planet or our people. Facts. Yeah, it's just... As much as I am physically tired of dealing with oppression, again, black people not the problem. And I want to end this so bad because I'm just like, we've been on live for so long. But it's like, they're telling me I have more to say. And I'm just like, yo, I'm done talking about this topic. I'm really done talking about this topic. I don't want to keep talking about this topic, especially when it has nothing to do with this reading. But apparently it's necessary for me to speak about. For one thing, I'm not the only person going through this. A lot of us have been putting in the work and have been mastering our crafts. The thing is, it's just the hypocrites. It's the hypocrites. The absolute hypocrites. Just hypocrites. How are you going to tell your people that you love the planet and litter? Litter. How are you going to teach about spiritual detoxes and cleanses when you smoke all day? Not weed, smoke cigarettes all day. Smoke some weed sometimes during the day, but smoke cigarettes all day. Don't eat healthy. Not a lick of health in your diet. You're talking about spiritual detoxes and cleanses, though. Talking about meditation. Big mama. When you don't even meditate, bitch. I went to this nigga's house. He used to light sandalwood incense sometimes. I got some sage though. And he was like, oh, I haven't saged in so long. So you telling me you a witch doctor and this spiritualist, this woke guy teaching about the divine feminine energy, and you don't sage? You don't cleanse your energy at all? On top of that, you nasty. I mean hygiene-wise. And you were trying to trick me into a marriage with you. You know, I'm very annoyed about my current marital status because my ex-husband, even though I paid my money and signed my documents back in 2020, he never put things into court, so things were never filed. That's annoying, with that being the current reality and truth in 2023. So now I'm having to unmarry him and take a whole bunch of different loops instead of just signing the basic paperwork. However, in that situation, I can appreciate being legally tied down and having that to deal with, because that's a different type of spiritual tie, and it was low-key protection, even though that nigga was abusive too. At the same time, I wasn't tricked. At least not in the way that this situation happened. I was a very young female who decided to marry the guy who I thought was the guy of my dreams, and then things didn't work out. That's one thing. This big bitch, 53 years old with grandchildren, took advantage of my vulnerability and non-safety in a situation to try to force me into a relationship. So I can appreciate the soul tie that I was tied to, that was high-key preventing the situation from happening, because the whole reason that dude's not trying to divorce me is so I can move on with my life. There's so many things that I could have done in life if I wasn't still legally married, because when you're legally married, and this is why I don't encourage legal marriage with the court system, when you're legally married to somebody, there are certain things that you can and cannot do without the other person just being tied to you. Anything, almost any asset you buy, that person can try to claim it. Any sort of legal filing, anything you do with the government, that person can be alerted about it. When you are married to somebody, you can sign their signature and say, oh, this is for my spouse, and what that goes legally. Okay? So I've been dealing with a lot of shit already before I started helping with this Rashad Jamal case. Before this shit happened with Rodney Hayes, I was already dealing with a lot of shit. I was thinking that us as black people can help each other out and be liberated from situations together and figure out our spirituality and, you know, come together as a community. But apparently not. Apparently niggas just want to hurt each other. Apparently niggas hate each other more than white people do. White people, bro, again, white people are not the problem. White people, they either don't care about us, or it's like the ones that are racist, they're just racist. Like, they're not, most of them are not going out of their way to hurt black people. They just don't want black people around them. If they can live in a town where it's all white people and they don't have to see a black person, they're fine. I'm not saying that's okay, but at the same time, I'm not fighting it. I'd much rather be in a neighborhood in a city where I only see black people. So I'm not mad about that. Black people go around finding other black people to take advantage of and claim to be leaders in our community. I'm not talking about the politicians that sold out. I'm not talking about the celebrities that sold out. I'm talking about motherfuckers that be on their phone live streaming. You don't need $1 million to sell out. You do not need $1 million to sell out. Four of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. You don't need a million. You don't need a Ten of Pentacles. You don't need a Knight of Pentacles. You don't need a King of Pentacles, a Queen of Pentacles. You don't need a Nine of Pentacles. A couple of Pentacles. A couple of streams of wealth. A couple $100. That Rodney Hayes nigga sent me $100 after I escaped from his house. Left my shoes, left several bags of clothes. He sent me $100 after I left. I sent that shit back to him. What the fuck? I look like taking your money. After I'm having to leave your house at 4 or 5 a.m. because you can't keep your hands off me. Having to walk to the bus station. Cross the whole city. Again, I don't know why all that had to come out within this reading. I don't know. What I can say is that Thomas Jefferson, for some reason I'm hearing Thomas Jefferson is having a great time right now. I don't know what that's about. I genuinely don't know what that's about. They said to Google his solar return. I'm gonna look up when he was born. Okay. So he was the 3rd president of the United States. Wow. He was born April 13th, 1743, and he died July 4th, 1826. If that's not a ritual, I don't know what is. That nigga probably drank some shit. They said that, I'm getting this intuitively now. He drank something and poisoned himself and committed suicide as part of the ritual. And 50? I would make sure. The number I got was 50. Doing some quick maths right now. 1776 minus, oh wait, wrong. Hold on. 1826 minus I clicked the minus button. I verbally said the number 50. Okay. It tweaked from the other thing. Okay, I was finna flip out because I was like, I did not. Anyway, 50 years. He died exactly 50 years after the Declaration of Independence was signed. That's a whole ritual. That's an entire ritual. All this was done intentionally. All of it. See, Zen said building and creating ideas. Christ Lives said ninjas want likes and followers. Trust, there are only a handful of people willing to do the work. Keep going, mama, because we will. I greatly appreciate you so much. I really do. Zen said, facts. They don't care. They only care about what suits their needs at the time. Cowards. Divine Energy Tarot said, truth. Willie Evans said, but do you feel better talking about it? He loved himself a Sally Hemings. What? What's Sally Hemings? That's how lost I be. I'm telling you, I don't care about this world at all. I don't know what that is. Hold on. Damn. What? Are you serious? Okay, so apparently Sally Hemings was Thomas Jefferson's Monticello. Sarah Sally Hemings was an enslaved woman with 1/4 African ancestry owned by President of the United States Thomas Jefferson, one of many he inherited from his father-in-law, John Wales. Hemings' mother was Betty Hemings, the daughter of an enslaved African woman and English captain John Hemings. I told y'all this reading was full of bad bitches. I told y'all, bro. I told you. Y'all look how she look and tell me she's not a baddie, bro. Come on now. You can't. Look, fam. Come on now. I don't know who that is. Hold up. Let's go back to this picture. Bruh. Anyway. That goes into it. But, Divine Energy Tarot said, they said Jefferson had them hair chairs. You on point with this? Yeah, like, if y'all don't know what hair chairs are, literally, they would get all of our ether, cut our shit off, and use it like it was sheep's wool. I had pulled the shepherd's card, and there was sheep on it. Hold up. Children. Here we go. They would treat us like literal animals. They cut our ether off. Put the shit in chairs and all type of furniture. Put it in dolls, voodoo dolls, and, other entertainment items. And acting like the shit was normal. He married her. They never talked about it. Because she was black. What? Willie Evans says she is she is. I wasn't mad at you in my Tupac voice. Damn, bro. Divine Energy Tarot said we come in all colors. Willie Evans said, too many Jeffersons walking around not knowing they are related. Folks want to wonder why niggas got the last name Jefferson, Smith, Johnson, Williams. Bruh, those are slave names. Black people, we ain't have names like that. We ain't have names like that. Those are slave names. So you know. Divine Energy Tarot said if that ain't a smell, I don't know what is. Man, big spell work. That's all it is. So I greatly appreciate y'all for being here. I want to end this so bad because I'm done talking about it. Like, the reading's over. I put the cards up. But they said that there's something else that needs to come out about my previous situation. Bro, when I tell y'all my incense is done burning, like, I'm usually done. when like I put my cards up, I'm finished. But they said that there's something else that has to come out. Divine Energy Tarot said, "Child, come on." Christless said, "Recently I read up on Sally Hemings, but y'all just put me on the hair chairs." Woo! They just vile individuals. And here's the thing, people like Rodney Hayes know this. He probably knows more about this than anybody, which is why he's so popular. Nobody will respect him just because of Larry Hoover. Like, nobody would give a fuck if he was just saying Larry Hoover all day, free Larry Hoover all day. Like, we all appreciated the fact that he was sharing so much information with our people. Now, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, how did he get so much information? Because, like, the same books have been around for a very, very, very long time. And he spent 10 years in jail. I don't know if it was prison or jail. So it's like, yeah, definitely he did some studying while he was in jail. Like, 100%. How did he find these resources? Who was he talking to? How was he able to do this for so long? Because he didn't just get an Instagram and start doing what he's doing. He's been on Facebook for a long time. He's been doing his Facebook thing since before 2020. He's not one of these new spiritual guys that just kind of popped up. He's been doing this for a long time. So, how long has this guy been doing this? Who did he get his information from? How has he been getting away with it for so long? And why hasn't anyone done anything about it? Like I said, I've been abused by 2 members of my family, police and lawyers involved, and shit didn't happen. They went to jail and everything. Not shit happened. People over here talking about, oh, why didn't you go to the police? Bitch, the police don't give a fuck about me. People are proving that time and time again. Fuck them. I'm not asking for help on this. Not from law enforcement. Because what happened with law enforcement, oh yeah, we don't have to talk about it anymore. Law enforcement is taking care of it. So I don't talk about none of the shit that happened with my family members or anything public or nothing like that. And after going through that situation multiple times, because that's not the only situation I've had with males being harmful towards me, and people in my family or close friend circle unit, church member unit, all that, not saying anything about it. It's not the first time that's happened. Not the first 2 times it's happened. So what makes me think this situation is going to be any different? No, fuck the police. I'm telling everybody. Dude didn't rape me. I got away too fast for that. So there was no rape charge. Like, there's only so much. Oh yeah, he groped me several times. There's only so much the police are going to do about that. And they're not going to give a fuck about the magnitude of the situation either. It's like, they're not going to look at, he's supposed to be this respected elder in the spiritual community, the woke community, the black community. He's supposed to be this educational figure, this teacher for our people, and he's supposed to be seen as somebody who's giving us information for the things that they don't want us to know anyway. They're not going to look at it like that. All they're going to see is, oh yeah, this was some young female at an older guy's house. We know what this is about. I was set up. These niggas tried to get me. I'm talking about, they fought tooth and nail to try to get me. I thought it was going to work too. I was tricked. But not for too long. 10 of Wands. Evil witch doctors. Willie Evans says she is the half sister of his white wife. God! Yo, Yo, this post nasty. I told y'all. Anybody who didn't know that information, what did I say in the reading? The wives are gonna start telling. I said that in one of the last readings too. The way that they be cheating on their wives. The wives and the descendants of their wives gonna start telling. Divine Energy Tarot said he's popular for the wrong ish. Zen said, I'm sorry you have to go through that. Yeah, it's cool. I appreciate your empathy and sympathy. I greatly appreciate it. I'm not tripping on it though. I'm like, fuck it. I'm done with this reality of what that is. I'm done with the Matrix shit. When could we I'm not trying to ascend to 5D. I'm just ready for my reality to exist without these fuck niggas. They could stay here in this third dimension. I'm good. When are we going to get to a point where we don't have to cross paths with these people anymore to even end up in situations like that? I'm done. When I tell you I'm done, I'm done. I have put in so much work with these people. Because it's imagine this. And I don't know. I should have been ended the video by now. I don't know why I'm still here. I have no idea what's going on right now. But imagine I had only started just only focused on my business that I actually do for money. Okay, 10 of Pentacles. Instead of focusing on the spiritual community, the card of Ifa, the Hangman. I'd be so far ahead financially. And the 10 of Pentacles is specifically generational wealth. I would have so much stuff going on for my own son, for my own family. I wouldn't have to deal with none of that. However, I was called to this journey to help niggas out. And while I appreciate a good amount of us, man, fuck them. A whole group of them? Fuck them. Because they ain't mad that I'm the star in a lot of their stories. It's not even about fame. I have been famous. That was the problem. I already was who I was before I met anybody. I wasn't trying to talk about that with anybody. But since people want to make it about who has the most clout and who has the most fame, man, I've been famous. I've been famous since I was a little child. 3 of Pentacles, celebrity energy. Queen of Chalices, Queen of Cups. Man, I've been famous. I just don't talk about the shit that I had been experiencing. I don't talk about how I started modeling when I was 13 years old. I don't talk about how I was Miss Black Memphis for several years in a row. I don't talk about me being... I just don't talk about it. I don't talk about being in newspapers from the time I was a child for my writing skills. I don't talk about it. I don't feel a need to. I just use my skills and abilities to spread messages. I don't get it. I don't get why people need to feel like they need to put somebody else down when isn't the whole reason we're all doing this in the first place is because white people were putting us down, so it's our job to lift each other up? And yet black people who, I'm not talking about Matrix black people now, I'm talking about these woke niggas, they feel it necessary to try to bring each other down. Even the fake ass Rashad Jamal supporters, as soon as he got locked up, people started talking shit. He went locked up for a few days. People started coming out the woodwork talking shit. And you would be like, yo, weren't you one of his biggest supporters? Why are you talking shit? MJ, I need you to be quiet or go back in there, okay? And it's yeah, folks do not care. They don't care. And even with him, he was famous before he started doing what he's doing. Niggas was mad about that. We can't get a break. We famous, we don't want to sell out, so we doing things the independent way, funding our own projects. Then we get into the spiritual space to MJ. I just said either be quiet or get out. Then we get into the spiritual space using our gifts and talents. You listen to his music from back in the day. It was dope as fuck. It didn't have a whole bunch of messages in it though. Then he drops an album dropping all type of gems in it. Same person, same talent, same energy. Now it's a message in the music versus it just being some bumping ass music. Folks mad. Big magician energy. Folks mad. We out here using... Okay, that's my time. That's my sign to go. My battery's getting low. Because when I tell y'all... But we out here using our gifts, talents, and abilities to help our people. And those same people that we trying to help are bringing us down on purpose. These people will spend money to be haters. People will travel city to city, state to state. Some people, I think they travel countries to be haters in real life. Back to the Ten of Pentacles. And all we doing out here is creating generational wealth. And we've actually done a really good job. Because the youth, they got it. I just said the youth. Here's a baby. And since I've talked about it, anybody who's watched this far, if you really want to help with his case, watch the hashtag Free Zaza videos and the what's the playlist called? Just go to the playlist, the University of Cosmic Intelligence on my page, and it's another one. It's something against the state of Georgia. Watch those videos and see exactly what happened, and you'll just get more clarification, because a lot of people don't even know like what happened leading up to his arrest. And it's like, bruh, the whole situation is fucked up, and it's very obvious that he, you know, even if people don't want to believe that he is telling the truth, it's very obvious that she lied. I'm not going to get into that right now. All I'm going to say is this. She couldn't pin one crime on him, so she decided to try to pin a different one on him within the same instance. I'm going to say it like that. They said, for real, I agree 111%, Ellie. Derek Cullum said, greetings to your reflection. Peace, love, prosperity, health, and wealth to you and your family. Gratitude to you as well, Derek. Willie Evans said, when you are shining like a star, you got to deal with it. Man, fuck these niggas. That's fine. If we talk about regular ass people, these is woke niggas supposed to be. It took me off guard. I was confused. You would think, back in the day, not everybody may have been spiritual with Malcolm X. Not everybody may have been spiritual with Dr. Martin Luther King. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, church people. They may not have been the most spiritual people. So you're like, you know what? Things happen. Here we are, 2023. And here we are with this bullshit. Divine Energy Tarot said, when we stop seeking outside what's inside already, we have given others too much credit and ourselves not enough. Okay. Yep. We stopped seeking outside was inside already. We have given others so much credit. And I saw it's not enough. It's deep. Willie Evans said, that is why I walk to a mountain alone and take a dog or a cat with me. Andre Escobar said, hi, I'm glad to be back with you. Okay, that was a little weird. I'm going to get off live now. Okay, Shalom Rainicorns. I will see y'all in the next one. This was an interesting rating and then an interesting motherfucking a motherfucking reading for that bitch nigga Rodney Hayes. These Negrones out here. House Negrones. Okay? Want to talk about dirty Moors when he is a dirty Moor. Just weird shit. Just weird shit. Okay. Andre said, LOL, I lost your channel and I just find it back. Sorry. Alright. Welcome back. Zen said, we will take the planet back, Ellie. I swear. I mean, that's not a question. It's a matter of getting all these other niggas off the way. They've fallen by the wayside already, which ain't an issue. But yeah, it's already here. But yeah, bye y'all. Y'all rest well. I will see you in the next one.